Out here, the dream stays alive, but after 60, budgets shrink, joints ache, and every repair steals precious time on the water. Everyone says you need a bigger, flashier boat to find freedom in retirement. The truth is simple. The real escape is found aboard sailboats that cost next to nothing to keep running. These 10 classics are not just cheap to maintain, they actually make sailing possible year after year for those who need it most. How many sailors retire happy because they finally traded big and complicated for simple and free? That is what you are about to discover. Because when every dollar and every hour counts, the boat you choose can decide how much of your golden years are lost to maintenance or spent under sail. Every sailor counts the cost, but after 60, the numbers hit differently. On a fixed income, every dollar saved on parts or labor becomes another day afloat, another day of freedom. The difference between a 30-foot and a 40-foot boat is not just about space or comfort, it is about hundreds of dollars each month, and hours shaved from chores that get harder with age. Routine parts and maintenance for a 30-foot boat often stay under $50 a month. Jump to a 40-foot boat, and that figure can triple or quadruple, $200, sometimes $400, just to keep up. Yearly sail replacement on a 30-foot boat might run $2,000. On a 40-foot boat, it is not uncommon to see $6,000 or more. The story is the same with rigging, engine service, even insurance. But the real price is paid in effort. Sheet loads on a 30-foot boat average 80 to 120 pounds, manageable for most, even with aging shoulders. Move up to a 40-foot boat, and those same tasks can demand nearly double the force, pushing the limits of grip and back strength. Maintenance hours tell their own tale. A 30-foot boat asks for 60 to 75 hours a year, most of it simple, reachable work. A larger yacht can demand 150 hours or more, twice the time, twice the strain. For retirees, that is the difference between a boat that gives freedom and one that quietly takes it away. When the numbers are this clear, smaller is not just cheaper, it is smarter, and it puts the dream within reach for far longer. Insurance and slip fees do not just scale up, they leap. For a 30-foot boat, annual insurance can run as low as $300, and a slip in many marinas averages $75 a month. Step up to a 40-foot boat, and those numbers change fast. Insurance often climbs to $1,200 or more, with slip fees easily crossing $250 a month, especially in popular harbors. Haul-outs and bottom paint for a 40-foot boat can reach $2,000 per year compared to about $800 for a 30-foot boat. These are not just numbers on a spreadsheet, they are the difference between freedom and a boat that quietly drains your savings. Stories of regret echo across owner forums. One retiree, eager for adventure, bought a 42-foot cruiser right after leaving work. Within 16 months, the bills for mooring, insurance, and surprise repairs had piled up. Weekends that once meant sailing now meant fixing things or calling contractors. The boat went up for sale before the second season ended, traded for a smaller classic model that cost a fraction to keep afloat. That is not an outlier. Brokers and surveyors report this pattern year after year. Bigger boats promise comfort, but the reality can be relentless. More systems, more electronics, more things to break, and every fix comes with a bigger price tag. For most retirees, the dream is not about more square footage or gadgets. It is about a boat that is always ready, always affordable, and never a source of stress. The hidden costs of going big turn freedom into a burden, while the right-sized boat keeps the joy and the budget steady. Every truly low-maintenance sailboat shares the same 6 qualities, each one a safeguard for your wallet, your time, and your peace of mind. First, look for simple systems. Boats that skip complex electronics and fancy gadgets are easier to fix, cheaper to keep, and rarely leave you stranded. Second, check for common, affordable parts. Models built in large numbers, like the Catalina 27 or Hunter 27, use hardware and engines you can find at any marine store, often for a fraction of what a custom part costs. Third, insist on solid fiberglass construction below the waterline. Thick, hand-laid hulls resist blisters and rot, letting you sleep easy through storm and season. Fourth, favor boats with compact engines. A small diesel or gas inboard is frugal on fuel, easier to reach, cheaper to service, and less likely to surprise you with a big repair bill. Fifth, avoid teak decks. While beautiful, exterior teak demands endless sanding and varnishing, work that is both costly and punishing on the knees and back. Sixth, choose a boat that is easy to single-hand. Layouts designed for 1 or 2 people mean fewer upgrades, less hardware, and a cockpit where every line is within reach. When a boat checks all 6 boxes, maintenance becomes a background task, not a barrier to the next adventure. A good surveyor starts with the basics: feet on deck, clipboard in hand, eyes checking every inch. For retirees, the goal isn't just passing a checklist, but knowing exactly what hands-on care looks like. The mechanic demonstrates an oil and filter change on a compact diesel, swapping the raw water impeller, checking belt tension, topping up coolant, and replacing zincs. Each task, done dockside, keeps annual engine service between $300 and $800. There is no need for a yard bill if you are comfortable with a wrench and a rag. Next, the surveyor taps the deck around the chain plates, feeling for any hint of softness, a sign of hidden core rot. He inspects the wiring behind the panel, looking for brittle insulation or evidence of age, then checks the seacocks to make sure every through-hull valve turns smoothly and shows no corrosion. 3 questions guide every inspection. Is the hull dry and sound? Are the systems simple and accessible? Can you reach every part you will need to maintain? When the answers are yes, peace of mind follows. For retirees, these practical checks are more than routine. They are the difference between worry and confidence, and between a boat that sits and a boat that sails. Albin Vega, 27, often called the $500 a year legend, has a reputation built on real-world proof. Owners have circled the globe with annual maintenance costs lower than a single haul out on a bigger boat. The small diesel engine is famously accessible, and nearly every part can be swapped out dockside with basic tools. Cape Dory 28 stands out for its overbuilt fiberglass hull and classic bronze fittings. Decades after launch, many of these boats still run with original hardware. There are no complicated systems to chase, just simple, reliable components that keep repair bills low and surprise breakdowns rare. Catalina 27 is America's favorite cheap cruiser for a reason. With more than 6,600 built, spare parts are everywhere. Engine swaps and rigging jobs are straightforward, and the active owner network means any fix has already been figured out. Parts are truly everywhere. Alberg 30 keeps things timeless and indestructible. The old CCA hull shape, uncluttered systems, and wide-open engine access mean most jobs take an afternoon, not a season. Hunter 27 from the 1980s offers shockingly affordable upkeep. The rig is basic, hardware is minimal, and sails are cheap to replace. For retirees who want comfort without the cost, it is a smart, low-stress choice. Pacific Seacraft 25 and 27 models offer what many call boutique quality without the boutique headache. Their thick fiberglass hulls and careful build mean repairs are rare, and any needed fix is straightforward. Most still run original hardware after 35 years, with simple systems that keep annual costs low. Contessa 26 is for sailors who want nothing to break. There is almost nothing on board that is not essential, no complicated wiring, minimal plumbing, and a hull that shrugs off punishment. Many single-handers have crossed oceans in these boats, patching sails and rigging with basic spares for pennies on the dollar. O'Day 27 is the dollar-stretching coastal cruiser. Owners love the shallow draft and affordable sails. Routine haul-outs and winterizing are quick, with most jobs handled in a weekend. Ericsson 20 Downsizing 27 gives performance without the price tag. Built during the boom years, these boats have sturdy glass and lively handling. Parts are cheap, and most repairs are simple enough for a retiree with basic tools. Westsail 28 rounds out the list, a full-keel, overbuilt mini-cruiser. Owners have sailed them around the world with little more than annual engine checks and basic rigging service. The Westsail's reputation for tank-like durability makes it a favorite last boat for dreamers who want blue water adventure with minimal upkeep. Today, more retirees choose smaller, manageable boats, not because they have to, but because those boats keep them on the water longer. As healthcare and fixed costs rise, practical simplicity is not just wise, it is freedom. The quiet reality is simple. The less you spend fixing, the more life you spend sailing.